My beautiful people, we're back again. Thank you for waiting. I apologize. Had some stuff that I had to take care of, but we're back, and a lot has happened since we've been gone. However, most of it is outside of the Buffalo Bills organization, unless in the last 10 minutes I completely missed something, or I don't want to say 10 minutes, I want to say half hour, 40 minutes. I might have completely missed something, which is totally feasible. Okay, so here's number one. Daniel Jones is signing with the Indianapolis Colts for 2 years. I believe it's $88 million. He wanted 50 was the number. He wanted $50 million a year. That didn't quite work out, nor do I feel that it should have, honestly. But $50 million is nothing to sneeze at. I'm sorry, $49 million. No. $44 million, excuse me, is nothing to sneeze at for Daniel Jones, who was, in my opinion, más o menos last year. So now they have 20, 30, 40, 70, about 80 million almost tied up between Daniel Jones and Alec Pierce. That's their take. That's their move. I'm saying that's their stance. Good for them. They obviously got rid of Michael Pittman, which we all know. So that's going to help them out as far as the salary cap goes as well. But they have locked in Daniel Jones. So that's a big one. That is absolutely a big one. Happened just a while ago, not too long ago. I'm going to pull this up to show you, and we can get into it. Here we are. There it is. Jordan Schultz. Breaking news. Colts and Daniel Jones, 2 years, $88 million. Can be worth up to $100. So I guess they gave him some perks or some incentives that might bring him to $100 million. I don't know exactly what those are. However, we shall see soon. It says here that he gets $50 million in his first year, and it's the largest 2-year contract in history. Both sides wanted to get this done, and it officially makes Indiana Jones a franchise QB for the Colts. Okay, so now Daniel Jones. This year, I got to be honest with you, the NFL in this year has gotten so dang crazy. It just keeps surprising and surprising. Daniel, let me read that again, okay? The largest 2-year contract in the history. It doesn't even say for quarterbacks. It says, period, Daniel Jones. Read that right here. $50 million in the first year, and it's the largest 2-year contract in history. So, oh my goodness. Now, I'm not a Daniel Jones guy. I never really have been. Obviously, the Giants, his tenure in the Giants didn't really go the way that he wanted it to be. But he certainly showed out a hell of a lot better in Indianapolis than he did in New York. So kudos to him there. Ethan Davis says, don't be ruined to start when he's able. Thank you for that. Yeah, sorry about the delay. I appreciate you, Ethan. 49ers just released Brandon Aiyuk. Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, he had a complete and utter mental meltdown, and he turned into basically this year's version of Antonio Brown. Polo the Great. How are you, Polo? New to the channel? If you are, I appreciate you because I don't recognize the name. Thanks for hanging out. And yes, I don't know that anyone will actually take a flyer on Brandon Aiyuk. Maybe, possibly. I hope it's not the Buffalo Bills. Definitely not for a 4-year. Start your live stream right now because a lot of people want you to go live right now. I'm on. I'm sorry. My apologies. We're on, baby. We're on now. Colts didn't want to make the same mistake as the Giants did. What, with a longer term? I guess you can say that, but I don't know, man. Brian, Mark Sullivan, how are you, Mark? Brian got a block control on. Oh, that's okay. Brian, stop spamming. I will stop spamming. Okay, thank you. Spidey Muns, we back. Yes, sir, we are back. Took care of the wife, and we are good to go. Hopefully something happens. Jason Cock, I have gone from being patient to impatient to super frustrated with this free agency period. So many holes, only one outside addition. 2 outside additions, DJ Moore and D. Alford. But, yeah, I'm with you. Oh, look who it is, ladies and gentlemen. Robbie is in the building. Robbie, how are you, sir? Hey, it's the idiot. Yes, sir. I'm right here, brother. I'm right here, Robbie. What do you think the Bills are making any deals with players? something's got to happen. Something has got to happen. I want to say that yes, I think they're going to be doing something. However, I don't know what that is. I'm completely lost right now, if I'm being honest. Completely lost. And I wish I had more to say than that, but I don't know what they're going to do. I will say this though, and I think it's the title of this video. I forgot what I freaking put as the title or the headline or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't think that the Bills really have it to trade for Maxx Crosby. They have a first this year. They have a first next year, of course, which is what it would take. But I don't know that they could fit him in wise. I'm just being honest with you. I do not know that they can, and I'll tell you why. Let's get into it now. Manage Buffalo. Okay. So I'm going to share this one instead. This is Spot Track. Earlier, we were using some over the cap stuff, but I just wanted to kind of get a little bit of both so we can get the truth. You know, they're usually very close to the numbers that they have, but it's not always identical. So let's see. Right now, well, actually, I got to go back to active roster. I'm going to undo everything. I had some changes, some extensions that I was doing to see what the deal can or should look like before we started. And DJ Moore, I'm going to undo that one. And here's where Spot Track has the Buffalo Bills currently, which is minus. Can I get rid of this freaking ad? I'm hitting the X. Spot Track's got a ton of ads, and I know that's how they get paid, so I don't blame them, but it kind of stinks for us. Let me make this a little bit easier. How's that? Is that better? So we can see more. All right, so currently Bills at my 3.7 million. I'm rounding. All right. If we go, and this includes already the Josh Allen move. All right. Okay, that includes the Josh Allen restructure, I should say. So now he's at a 44.2 million when he was about 56. So there's the $12 million cap adjustment for restructuring Josh Allen. That's already in there. What's not in there is Dawson Knox's restructure because we really don't know what that is. Are they going to go with the minimum and base, which would save 10 million for this year? I'm going to use that one the best we can. Try to make this the most friendly as I can. So let's say that's what they did with Dawson Knox. Excuse me. Here's what they will do. We're going to go with the higher, which is only $400,000 difference, but we're going to go with the higher option of Dion Dawkins. Now we're up to 14.4 million with those two. One has already taken place. The other one I don't think that we know actually has yet. So, we'll see. We'll see if that happens. It has to happen, but it's just a matter of time and when. Next, my goodness, excuse me. Come 4 o'clock today, we restructure DJ Moore. New cap hit of 6.7. That's 17 plus, which brings him down to he's down here 6.76 million. You see that? Total, now we're at $32 million of cap. All right. Eddie Oliver's already done. Greg Russo was not done, but he just signed his extension this past offseason, and Joshua Palmer's there. Brown also has an extension done, his restructure. Could we restructure someone like Christian Benford? I mean, that only gives us $1 million. I doubt it. Because every time, depending on how many void years you put on the end of the contract, cap hit, you're kind of committing to these guys. Like, for instance, Josh Allen, I don't know if this is a link, but let me do this. See if they have the update. With his extension, Josh Allen had cap implications out. Okay. Share this instead just to show you. Here's Josh Allen with his, I think this is his most recent restructure that they just did. All right. So look at this. Josh Allen, just so you know that I'm not messing around with you. His base salary this year is $1.3 million. Signing proration 12.3. restructure proration. They already option, and they just put money anywhere other than the base salary. But he's got 27, there's 33, 60, 70, 80. He's almost $84 million against the cap in 20. All right, so this when you and then there's a void 2031. But this is what happens and you add void. Okay. So again, another restructure will happen with Josh Allen because in 2030 they owe him 84. Again, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with this, but this is exactly the situation the Baltimore Ravens were in this year with Lamar Jackson. His cap hit until earlier today was $74 million for 2020. So they had to restructure him, and I don't know exactly what it looks like. He's their guy, obviously. They want to win a Super Bowl with him, and they'll do whatever it takes, except for in order to make that. But this is only going to get worse as time goes on because it's going to get restructured again. At some point, you're going to have to swallow the pill and allow Josh Allen to affect. You know, at some point, you're paying him 300, whatever it is, $400 million. You're going to have to. What was the contract? 330 million. So anyway, this is going to have to be addressed at some point. But Josh Allen is not. If you look at this salary, base salary, plus signing bonus, all the bonuses. You're $50 million a year. But how many times can they structure him? Is my point. Let's go back. If you add the question was how many void years and how long take the can for Dawkins? How long do you feel that they're going to do this year at least? But do you want to do that again for Greg Russo? With Christian Benford, you'd only save $1 million. Greg Russo would stay, what is that, 3.5? Something. But let's look at the top. So with these moves we just spoke about, the apparent restructures that they should probably and will probably do that have not been done yet. Okay, that leaves us with $32 million caps. Maxx Crosby next year's cap hit, they'd have to for him. If we'll pull him up, I think 30. Give me a moment. Me. Here's Maxx Crosby. If you notice, 2026 is an even $30 million. And you're going to have to take your active 690,000. Okay. So, the signing proration is only up to the signing bonus, not the new team. But let's say you start out, you're going to have to restructure him immediately because he has 4 more years before he's a free agent. And your $32 million here becomes $2 million immediately before restructure, of course. But it becomes $2 million immediately with the addition of Maxx Crosby. Now, here's the last thing, and I'm sorry I didn't save this, didn't keep it up here, but I'm going to get there, and then I'm going to show you where the kind of the big becomes. So now we have around $2 million left, right? Without the restructure, of course. But now we have $2 million. Here's the big issue. Man, draft picks. Come on. All right. This is what's owed against the cap to your draft picks. And here's the Buffalo Bills' current year's draft pick slots. Round 1 at 26 against the cap, 3.3. I'm rounding down. We lost our second for DJ Moore, so round 3, 1.2. Round 4, 1.1. So if I add all this up, we're talking 3, 4, 5, around this 7, 8, 9. Then we got a couple hundred, maybe 10 million if we round all these, maybe 9.5 million. It'll hit the cap for your draft selections. So coming back here, this 32 million minus Maxx Crosby 30 million, again, without the restructure, plus your draft fees 10 million is minus 8 million. And that's without signing another free agent. and you don't even have a full roster yet. So unless you can restructure Maxx Crosby down to, no, if you're -8, you got to restructure him down to 5 million in order to sign the rest of your team. Like, I don't see this happening. I just don't see this happening. Does everybody understand? That's if it does, great. If he can figure out a way, okay. I'm not saying that, I'm totally against it. If Brandon Beane can figure out a way, clearly, clearly they know more about how to do this and navigate this than I do. What they paid a shit ton of money to do. That said, I don't know how that happens, which then leads me more to believe that the move that needs to be really looked at and put for is Jonathan Greenard, because he is roughly 17 to $18 million against the cap, and that's without a restructure. It just seems more feasible. Excuse me. Let's pull up and see what Spot Track has to say. And I'm just reading this as we go about Greenard. Just so happens that this is the first thing that, because I'm trying to read and talk and get the comments. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to do everything. I can only imagine what 50,000 followers having. There's 500 people in. Okay, Spot Track says Jonathan Green. Oh, this is exactly what I was saying. This is exactly what I was saying. Spot on. New team acquires 2026 monies of 19 million against the cap, and then the same in 2027. Vikings save 12.2 and only have 9.9 against the cap. 4 million of which is set to become fully guaranteed on March 13th, so in 2 days. Boys, more so than ever, just keeps leading to Greenard needs to be built. I know I said the same shit about Leo Chenal. This is must. I don't see Maxx Crosby happening. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is an absolute must. Let me get into some comments. If you haven't yet, please follow and subscribe immediately. Appreciate all of you. Really do. New channel trying to make it work, baby. It's worth up to Evan Milner says it's worth up to 100 million though, whatever that means. Yeah, well, there's probably there's bonuses in there or incentives. Excuse me. So I don't know if he passes for 4,000 yards, he gets 1 million. If he makes the Pro Bowl, he gets 750. If he MVP, he gets 2 million. Or if they make the playoffs, there's $1 million. Things like that. John Gellner says, "Go Red Wings, go Sabres, baby." Oh, these Red Wings. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the hockey. John, you, baby. Yes, sir. I'm not I'm a Yankees fan, but Red Wings, we love up there. Jackson says, "I to Anders." Wow. John Gellner fouled. Appreciate the foul. Jackson, you just signed with Washington. I missed that. Holy moly. Isn't the guy the 49ers got from the Patriots against the Seahawks defensive line? Oh, Tonga? I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that, but if I can remember correctly, Kenneth Walker was running the ball inside, outside, left, right. It didn't really matter. I mean, you can blame Tonga, sure, but I think it was the whole defensive line and the linebacker just kind of getting eaten up by Seattle. Wilburn, I think I'm a little late to the comments. I think you understand what my thoughts are on Crosby. Colts are insane things. 50 million a year, Achilles injury. I know he looked horrible too when that happened. They tried to keep rolling him out there. El Pacini says they're going for now. Josh just restructured his deal. Yes, he did, but the restructure of Josh was only $12 million for 20. Carl says, "Are we now seeing that Beane is mismanaged?" Carl, not. I don't want to take that stance yet because he's a smart guy. I don't think anybody can argue that, and he knows what he's doing in order the rules and how it works and how he can structure things. He's shown that multiple times over, and I'm certainly not that smart at all. So I'm not quite there yet. I'm just saying that I don't think that Maxx Crosby fit in here because there's too many other that we need to fill, and I'm not saying we need to fill, I'm saying literally you need to have a full roster, and these people are not playing for free. Alex Hayes asked, "Are we gonna make moves today?" I certainly hope so. Christopher Sears says, "I would say pass." I'm not still enamored by the idea of getting Maxx Crosby, but obviously they would have to really figure how to get themselves under the cap. Besides, Broncos haven't made any moves. They'll still win the division. They'll win division again too. Yeah, I mean different conferences, of course. Bills took a step backwards last season. Hopefully, they can move forward again this season. Hines. Yeah, I mean, getting to a divisional playoff game, and this is what Pagula even said. He made, although I agree with everything he said during the presser, he what now is success for the Buffalo Bills? Because for so long, just making the playoffs became a success. But now, 7, 8 years, making the playoffs is no longer a success, right? No longer successful. Now you got to win multiple games in the playoffs. And that became almost not successful anymore. Now it's Super Bowl is the only thing that's successful. So at some point, success changes in the organization. And now the Bills are not at the point where playoffs only is a success. Because if it is, well, then they wouldn't have made a move with their head coach, right? They just keep doing what they're doing until they don't. Will Miami, Ohio get NCAA bid? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Alex, appreciate you. You think the Pats will trade for AJ? I think they want to. They just gave $20 million a year. I think they were the only team that were really still in the hunt for AJ. I don't know if it continues. Preston says 2 questions. Okay, will the NFL investigate the Ravens? I think the NFL is going to get a tremendous, based on what I'm reading from all the reactions of NFL owners, GMs, that nature, that the NFL is getting a tremendous amount of pressure from all the teams almost. Then it'll be up to the NFL to say, if they didn't break the rule, what are we investigating? Now, is the investigation to find out if they didn't? Maybe. But I do think that the majority of teams are up for all these quotes that you're hearing from these insiders saying that no one's happy, everyone's pissed off, and saying that it's BS. So I'd like to see an investigation just so we have answers, right? As fans, I'd like to know these. No way Bills can get Crosby. Maybe he should just start using 4 years of contracts. He does. He does. We have 5 players currently that are free agents at the moment. There's quite a bit of dead cap money in that that are that's dead cap. A lot of it's void. Second question: will the Raiders get a first for Crosby with the injury and how the I don't know if they'll get it, but they have come out and said that there will be no discount for Crosby just because he failed this um, physical. So they still want the will they get it? That's what is remained to be seen. I think that they will. I don't know who, but I do think that Maxx Crosby, if the Raiders are still willing to trade him, you know what I'm saying? Like I think I guess the point is my answer is willing to make that trade. It's just a matter of the Raiders will. What I believe was our first round pick being number 26 was not high enough or low of a number because it's almost a second round pick. So that's why they went. I think about this Ravens Raiders situation. Can't believe it. I'm pissed off. I think it's BS, and I think that if the Ravens did what it appears that they did, it's morally horrible and that bad business. And I think that almost no one will want to do business with them for quite some time, at least in the near future. Yes, it's out in this prime, so the Bills still have 7, 8 seasons. Allen's definitely in his prime. Should I accept a 1.09 for DJ Moore in NFL fantasy? What is he like? What do you mean 1.09? Money or in like a bid? Is that how you guys draft? You get cash? The Bills have 46 million dead cap this season. There you go, Creston. Exactly. 46 million. And a lot of that is void. Seriously. Law Dog Surf, appreciate the follow, thank you. All right, YouTube. YouTube. Throw hands. Spidey says I might have to throw hands if B takes Aiyuk. Well, first of all, let's get back. Let's get over here. Okay, there's the release of Brandon Aiyuk. Wait, why do we think? Okay, so Dan Mitchell says update Raiders are clearly in desperation mode to get him off their books. I wonder if that would be enough. A third round this year and a second round next year? Did I miss something? Did the Raiders change their stance on 12 million and his salary? If Aiyuk was not a complete and utter mental mess, I'd take him for 12 million tomorrow. Today. Dave Myers, if I'm get Crosby, a pissed off Crosby knowing a conference rival didn't want him would be electric. That's a great point. Okay, but if I am I missing something that the Raiders have now changed their stance as far as what uh, they're willing to accept? I didn't. Literally this morning they said, curious. Yes, sir. I know. I love you, man. I think Brandon Bing should get Brendan and we get Brendan Ayuk. Yeah, I'm not down with that. I think we're all lost with this. Yeah, aren't we? Yeah, I did yesterday. 100%. Pull the great. Yeah, we could for sure get him, but I don't think Brandon wants him as bad as other teams. I feel like we should go out. We work some things out with his contract when he gets here. Yeah, and we just spoke about that, how but it's certainly in the cards. Certainly in the cards. I'm sure the Seattle Bills have improved in free agency. Dadpool, my guy. How are you? Draft needs to be a splash or it's a 10-win season. Yeah, we've definitely not done anything in free agency with the exception of the Alfred. And we spoke about that. The Bills are now their nickel corner is a little bit over 13 million. Between the dead monies and the Alfred's 5 million. Actually maybe close to 50. No, the first year was light. So yeah, it's 13 to 14 million between the two of them. Oh, no way. Can you guys hear me? I hope I hope that's not still the case. The audio is choppy. What did I have? Some internet issue? Shoot. This is what happens when I can't get comments. Jason, like, comment, sub, please, please. Audio cutting. Oh no, I hope this is better. I think it's because he isn't close. Yes, I probably wasn't close enough. I think it was over here on this table instead of right. He's signaling for Spot Track. Yeah, it's SpotTrack.com. SPOTRAC. Um, and they will. I'm pretty sure they will. Brian, yeah, exactly. Deleted. Sorry, Brian. Try it again. The link keep getting spot. Yeah, he hasn't gotten the comments about the audio yet. No, just hope now we're better with the audio. Same. I like Greenard. I'm with you. That's the move we need to make. I don't see the comments he's reading. Hold just so you know, I'm also reading comments over here on a phone on too. I've yet been able to link TikTok. They told me I needed a certain amount of followers to be able to do what I'm doing here for YouTube, and it'll also link up to TikTok. I got to that. It ain't working yet. They're like, oh, only some people can get this. I'm not cool enough. I'm not good enough. Yes, absolutely. I was that true. I don't see it either. Yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right. My cold front said, I believe that's the move. He reads comments on Twitter and YouTube. Yes, sorry. I'm just trying to get everybody. I really apologize. Um, wow. It's fading in. Hmm. So Really not sure. That. I hope that's better because I really hate to. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell that even means. Gain? Gain? Is that better? Turn the volume down maybe a little bit? I don't know what this gain stuff is. How's that? Is that worse? Better? I know nothing about this. Like I said, I'm not a tech guy. Shannon, we can hear TikTok can hear me good because that audio is coming directly from phone, and the audio on the computer on TikTok and X is coming from microphone that's hooked to the computer. So, gosh, I have no idea what the hell's going on. With somebody, can I just get enough followers and subscribers to start making, shit ton of money, and then I can just pay somebody to come set all this shit up? Because I am not good at this. I apologize. I realize that it's very, very much so a pain in the ass if you can't hear somebody talking. That's shitty. My bad. My bad. But I think people are now saying that it's better. Still going in and out. 3 minutes. Like your noise suppressor, that's better. Oh, so you know what it is? I think it was I did two things. I turned the volume on the mic and then the gain. What the hell does gain mean? I don't know, but I changed the gain, This mic has a thing that says gain. I messed with that and then volume. Who the hell knows? We're just talking football, man. Okay? I'm not a producer. Sorry, boys and girls, but we got that figured out. Perfect. Max is destined to be a Ram. Oh boy, that would just be silly. If he becomes a Ram, I'm gonna be so pissed. If Maxx Crosby goes to Los Angeles, bro, Adam with his agents, the Vikings will pay 20+ million. I haven't seen anything. Shannon says I haven't seen anything. Okay, is that in terms of him? What was the move? Oh, Aiyuk to Washington. Oh, or what the Raiders are going to take. Free agency? No, free agency will go on forever. But 4 p.m. Just mark the start of the NFL season, which is when teams now need to be under the salary cap. No problems here. Okay, great. Bills have to do something today. You would freaking think so. Yeah, actually, Rams is right. I kind of said that wrong. So free agency actually starts today. The trades, even the DJ Moore trade and all these free agent signings, they were never official. 2 days ago marked the official legal tampering period for the NFL and free agency. Okay. What that means is they can start now talking to free agents. They can put together deals. Then they become public, clearly, as we've seen, especially with the Crosby thing. But nothing was going to be official until today, today at 4 o'clock. That's why he was able to back out. If it had happened today after 4 o'clock, he signed a contract, it's over. No contracts have actually been consummated. That's the point. 2 days now. What's good, Ike Bills? Yeah, we have been saying this for 2 days, which feels like 3 weeks. Does it not? I feel like these last 2 days have lasted for months. Okay, thank you. Yep. So everyone can officially sign. Officially, yes. Rams, appreciate you. But you can still get players after. Oh, yes. You can get players until whenever. Well, until the trade. Excuse me. There is a trade deadline, but that's middle of the year. Frank the Tank, appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. So nothing is set till 4. Exactly. Nothing is official until 4 o'clock, which is why why the Ravens were able to back out of their deal. We think. Will there be an investigation? Quite possible. You're getting no game. Exactly. I need to get gain, whatever the hell that means. No, gain. GAIN is what this mic says. The hell does that mean? I don't know if it was the gain or the volume. I probably should have done one, then asked you. And that didn't do anything. Done the other, then asked you. But stupid me, because I have no idea what I'm doing, did both at the same time. Therefore, process of elimination was not a thing, and it should have been, because I am not that smart. Hence the reason why I can't figure out this damn salary cap for Maxx Crosby. Supposedly Josh Allen saved this $12 million about an hour ago. What the hell is $12 million? We're in a whole lot more than that. Yes. Hey, Joey Hatch, how are you? It was funny because Field Yates tweeted out this morning that Josh Allen and the Bills are restructuring his contract, which will save $40 million against the cap for 2026. Okay, $40 million. So everyone was like, "Holy shit! What are the Bills about to do? Something stupid." And then I think it was only 20 minutes or so later, if that even, he says, "Oh wait, my bad. It's only 12. I didn't read through the contract enough, or I didn't take into account signing bonus proration or something that he said. So it's only 12. 40 million would have been crazy. Although that's what Lamar happened. Now, Lamar was owed again, or Lamar was against the cap 74 million this year. So to save 40 off of 74 is a lot easier than to save 40 off of 55, which is what Josh's cap hit was for this year, I think, going in for 55 or 56. Game, whatever it is, was off. Exactly. That's exactly where I'm at because I have no freaking clue. Spins, what's up, Spin? Tampering period teams can talk to agents. All trades players need to pass physical for it to be official. Correct. But what I'm saying is even the DJ Moore deal, nothing is official or nothing can be, again, restructured. Nothing can really be solidified against the cap until today. But yes, trades are different than free agency. Gain just adds volume to your voice. Too much and it's choppy. Okay, well, here's the question then. Maybe I accidentally hit that because I didn't feel like I changed it ever, and you guys didn't have problems earlier. It's working. That's all that matters, right? No bones. Speaking of the game, the Ravens pull-out game strong. Best in the business, baby. Best in the business. Allowed to have that joke? I don't know. I think I need to make this thing say that it's not. Yeah, there we go. Not for kids. Funny. Just popped up. Is this thing for kids? I guess not. Well, there's no kids around if we're the Ravens, right? I'll join the party with the jokes. No kids around if they're the Ravens. I don't understand why we are broke every year. What the hell are we paying? Unpaid PR. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to call you unpaid. Welcome. Thank you for hopping in here. We pay a lot of people. And to me, it's the mid-level guys that we have too many of. So a lot would say, and I somewhat agree, that the mid-level Josh Palmers and the Curtis Samuel's gone. And then the re-signings or the restructuring of your Greg Rousseau, which I believe was 18 or 20 million a year. And hate to bring this name up, but Terrell Bernard just got a new deal this past offseason, and that's not panning out too well either. Deion Dawkins is heavy. Ed Oliver is heavy. And then, of course, Josh Allen. But it's, to me, we can be just fine. Like, for instance, the way that the Rams get it done or the Eagles is that they have their core that they're paying $150 million to, like 3-4 guys. What it seems. And then they draft so damn well that there are people on rookie contracts, their players on rookie contracts are outperforming their contracts so much so that they always have a handful of guys that are absolute studs that are making $3 or $4 million. You know what I mean? Like Dalton Kincaid kind of right now. He's in that boat for me. Cole Bishop, he's in that boat. But a lot of these better teams have edge rushers with 8 to 12, well, 10, 12, 13 sacks that are being paid $3 million bucks. Up until now, Alec Pierce, was making 5 or something like that. And now he's making 8 trillion per minute. I think Ravens found out they could get Hendrickson and decided to bet 100% spin. Absolutely. That's what happened. Like, let's be real. Oh my God, Trey Hendrickson's going nowhere because no one wants to give him $30 million. Now he's on the block for 25. Now we're in. Why the hell would I give away 2 first-round draft picks and pay this guy $30 million when I like Hendrickson almost the same or close enough to the same? He failed his physical. That's what happened. And it's within the rules. Failed is physical. Everything that we knew about, this is what I'm reading at least, is everybody knew it. I don't know. Chadwick, how are you, Chadwick? Appreciate you hanging in here. New to the game. Today, we got a lot of new people around here today. Earlier, today, now. I really appreciate everybody. A lot of new faces. And I'm glad everybody's chiming in with their chat because I like talking. Like seeing what other people think as well. It's what this is about. Shannon says, went on the Ravens. He's not there anymore. Yes, right. Shannon, yes, they got Hendrickson now. Exactly. Do you think Baltimore will turn around and trade for A.J. Brown now with the Lamar restructure? Well, they got the draft picks back, didn't they? But this investigation that is supposed to happen, I mean, how quickly are they going to do it? They're going to do it within a month before the draft if they're going to take their picks away from them? I don't think an investigation is only going to take a month. You know what I mean? Why I ask that is because they obviously now have their draft picks in order to get A.J. Brown if they think that he's worth what the what the Eagles are saying that A.J. Brown is worth. I guess it's a possibility. They certainly don't have, Zay Flott, they don't have the bet. And they got rid of Isaiah Likely. They let him walk. Shannon says, where's your number one fan, Robbie, today? Oh, Shannon, he's here. He's here. He's hanging. What do you think about Mike Evans going to the Niners? I think it's a good deal for the Niners as long as he stays healthy. The newer number, the first number that came out made me kind of cringe a little bit for him. It was like 20, 21 million. 14's a little different. If he's healthy, he's a stud. I wasn't hoping. I didn't really want to go after him too much as a Buffalo Bills fan. Although these numbers, markets are just being reset every 10 minutes here for all of these positions. It's getting crazy. So I love him. I think Mike Evans is one of my favorite receivers of all, maybe of all time. Really love him. He's my epitome of a wide receiver one when he's right. That's what I feel a wide receiver one is. We've had the conversation here on this channel about different opinions of what a wide receiver one is, and he is the epitome to me of what a wide receiver one is. Failed physical 6 months before the season began. A lot of players would fail a physical right now. Well, Kev, you're right, but he also sat out on the IR the last 10 weeks of the season, and there's been a shit ton of talk about his injury and his meniscus for months and months and months and months now, and it's reported that the Ravens were in contact with his surgeon and all the medical team. So I just find it hard to believe that they did not know the severity. Maybe they did. I don't know. Do you think Pats will get A.J. Brown? Yeah, that's up to the Pats. They just got Romeo. I personally would say that's probably the guy they're rolling with. Dana Jones got overpaid. Without question. But everybody's getting overpaid right now, right? Everybody. But 40, what was it? What was the number? 44 million, up to 50 million a year. Boo! So supposedly Hendrickson will let us know which team he wants to play for on Wednesday. That was as of yesterday. Hendrickson is a Baltimore Raven come 4 p.m., unless the Baltimore Ravens back out of that one too. Although the physical is not really the same. They can't get that physical for that. But yeah, no, that's a signing of the Baltimore Ravens, and that's why this is so controversial. Even more so, it's heightened the emotion on the Ravens backing out around the world, the NFL world and fan world, because 12 hours after they backed out of the trade, they were coming to an agreement with Hendrickson. So that's why everybody's saying unpaid parking tickets, maybe. Not sure. What do you mean there? Polo the Great. Well, thank Brandon Bean for paying mid players a decent amount of money. Yeah. Yes. That's probably what's going to happen. They're going to keep restructuring that man maybe until 2050. And I'm not even kidding. Carlos Rodriguez. Maybe not. I don't remember if I've seen you in here, but appreciate you coming in. And yes, we can and we will. Do what? Ravens pulled out of that one night stand like it was hot. Exactly. He failed, but I guess according to the doctors, it was normal. Dude just had surgery. Yeah, and the medicals that I'm reading, the reports that I'm reading are saying that he's actually ahead of the curve for his rehab and his return. I mean, that could just be smack talk, but that's what I read. I am his number one fan. How could he forget me? You hear that, Shannon? That was Robbie. Robbie says, I'm his number one fan. How could he forget me? I would never forget Robbie. Dexy coming into the building. Bean is ticking me off. Do something. Oh, Dexy. I don't know, man. Dexy, the only thing I can think of is that our Jonathan Greenard trade is still the explosion that we're waiting for. Spin, Leo Chenal. I know, I about cried. I pretty much cried when I heard he went and signed with Washington. And the deal was good. The deal was $8 million. I think it was $8 a year. Yeah, they completely, yes, you're right, Spin. The Ravens completely screwed the Raiders over, and I think that they screwed the NFL over because think about every subsequent signing after that trade. That affected almost all of the next signings. Look what the Raiders did, but look what everybody else did. I'm going to pull this up and show you immediately. Who was it? I don't know how to search Bills. No. Bills, Trey Hendrickson. This is, I'm going to try to find one of these tweets and pull them. Okay, so let's do this. Here's Jeremy Fowler a couple hours ago. This stuck out to me, and this was kind of what I was saying earlier. And we're talking about it again now. Okay, let me read this for everybody on TikTok. Jeremy Fowler, 2 hours ago. The Colts, Bills, Bucks, Commanders, and Eagles all were involved in Trey Hendrickson's free agency before the All-Pro agreed to terms with the Ravens, per sources, of course. The Colts felt like they were close at one point. The Eagles got involved late. It's usually what the Eagles do. He's good at that. Tampa pursued, but on a short-term deal. What did he end up? 4 years. Right? 4 years? Hendrickson? I think so. So Hendrickson wanted a long-term deal with a contender. Buffalo fit that mold. But Baltimore put it over the top Tuesday night. So listen to what we're reading here. All these excuses, Colts were close at one point. Eagles were late. Tampa wanted short-term. Hendrickson wanted a contender. Buffalo fit that mold. Baltimore came in late, swooped in, and grabbed him. Which tells me that I feel that the Buffalo Bills were probably, and I think even Kalshi at one point actually put this out or on their website, Buffalo Bills were actually heavy favorites to get Trey Hendrickson. That said, when you're looking at the market and a player is saying that he wants over $30 million and no one's willing to give him this, as was the case for Trey Hendrickson yesterday, his stock is obviously decreasing. And if the Buffalo Bills are that hot and he wants a contender, which the Buffalo Bills are clearly, then that means the Buffalo Bills were right in the mix to me. Therefore, this team realized this as well. And even this move of the Buffalo Bills not getting Trey Hendrickson, and it doesn't matter whether you like him or not, I'm just simply stating the fact that even this move somewhat potentially could have screwed the Bills. If they wanted him, according to Jeremy Fowler here, they were right there to the very bitter end. So this move has so many ripple effects down the line and for so many teams in the NFL that it's really shitty, and that's why I'm upset by it. And forget about the Trey Hendrickson thing. I wasn't even a big fan of him, and I didn't really even want to pay him the money that – definitely not the money that he got, and certainly not even 25, 26 million, I don't think. Maybe 23. I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't begging for Trey Hendrickson myself. So I'm only saying that because it's not like I'm just crying the blues because I wanted Trey Hendrickson. I'm just saying that that move had implications for a lot of signings after that original trade was agreed upon. And you can't tell me otherwise. I won't believe it. I won't believe it. Unless something comes out that trumps me and says that Las Vegas completely bucked the system and they knew what they were doing, which I guess is possible, but it doesn't seem it thus far. Shannon says, hey, Robbie. Do you think the Pats – oh, we went through this. Sorry. Who do you think we get to help fix the defense? At this point, you have to get Jonathan Greenard. There's one or two safety. You can also get maybe Trey Greenlaw. I mean, different position, of course, from Denver, who's now a free agent. Is DJ Reader still available? He's a potential to look at. Keenan Allen is still elite in red zone and could get cheap. Wouldn't mind adding him. I think he's cheap too, and I always loved Keenan Allen. He's another guy that I thought was the epitome of a wide receiver one. And yeah, he's an red zone guy too, or a red zone guy, excuse me. No wonder Buffalo tweeted out, admin don't do any of the signings knowing Bean isn't doing anything. Yeah, right. I remember that. What was that? Monday? Monday, I think they put that out. Where's Max going? Lord knows, man. Lord knows. Darrell says, I think he's staying in Vegas, and I wouldn't doubt it because they said earlier this morning, we're preparing for life with Maxx Crosby as if he's going to be a Las Vegas Raider, and we're ready for him, and he's back in Las Vegas now, rehabbing in the building. And they said he's not on a discount. Don't think that you're going to get him for cheap now because he failed this physical. We still want what we want. We'll take phone calls, but we're assuming that he's a Las Vegas Raider. That is what the Raiders' stance is right now. Quite a few people in here on YouTube land. Please, if you're not subscribed yet, please do me a favor and yourself a favor and subscribe immediately. Put on those notification bells. Like this, share this. Tell all your peoples. Talking football. Same with TikTok if you haven't already. Let's get back to some comments. Polo the Great, I don't know. I feel like Max would change his defense to something we haven't seen since the 2020 Bills. Oh, I totally agree with you. I just don't know where the money's coming from. Hey, Dexy made it in. The gang's all here. That's right, baby. Oh, here's Dexy right here. That's another one. Kevin Byard. That can be a safety move for us. Dexy, what's his value? 4 to 6? 1 year? Or would it be 1 year, $8 million? Jack Jones, okay, yeah. Greenlaw, like we talked about, said that name. Jack Sanborn, okay. DJ Reader, okay, yeah, we just talked about him. Shelby Harris, Wyatt Teller, forgot about him as well. All right, so these are all defense, of course, obviously. But Brandon Cooks, certainly, I actually think that he will be a Buffalo Bill. And this is my point to the salary cap. These are the roles that you need to fill. So we're like, what were we, like minus $8 million after the draft salary caps? And where's the money? I don't know where's the money coming from. Bean can still save this if he wants to. Agreed. You can't get all elite, all pro in every position. I agree. But to Polo the Great's point, if we had a massive QB pressuring defensive line and a stud flying after the quarterback every single conceivable down, it would be something special. It really would. But I'm a firm believer in Jonathan Greenard, who's a lot cheaper than Maxx Crosby. Okay. How the hell are you a professional athlete and don't pass the physical? Well, he just had a meniscus rebuild. So whether the range of motion or the strength or the actual meniscus itself with CT scans and things might have not been what they were looking for. That's all that is. It's not like a physical that you and I might go to, making sure you're breathing and stuff like that. It's a pretty intricate type of thing. 80% of players won't pass right now. Oh, well, agreed. They're all banged up for sure. But I think at least I think, right, that the actual physical, not passing the physical, was because of the meniscus in the knee. Agreed. But I think, like I said, I think that they were specifically talking about the knee, the physical, in the testing of the actual knee. How could we have been close on Hendrickson but can't afford Maxx Crosby? Well, I'm talking about Maxx Crosby is $30 million. Hendrickson, I thought, was 23 to 24. And I also was saying, though, that I just don't know where the money would come from, because if I restructure like we just did, well, I'll go back here and show you. Here's where I'm at, and that's before the draft and free agents that you need to fill some of the holes. This is with restructures, including DJ Moore. So if you throw, you'd have to take Maxx Crosby and immediately restructure him as well. And I'm not saying it was impossible. What I said was they're better than me at this stuff, of course. And I don't know what it would look like because you would have to restructure him right away. Because that $32 million minus roughly $10 million for the draft picks, and then which brings you to $22 million, and then you add Crosby at 30, which is what his base salary is for 2026. If it were not to be restructured, would then bring you to -8, plus filling in some of your gaps, even with lesser expensive people. Just noticed you're at 263 subscribers. You hit 250 edits. You're going up fast. Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks, Ethan. We're moving. Subscribe. Everybody on YouTube, I know if you're not subscribed, you better be, right? And what's the other thing you always got to look for? How many likes on this video? I don't know. If there's that many people, 35 people in here right now, we should have at least 35 likes, right? Thanks, Ethan. Appreciate you, man. No bones. We could afford him because he wasn't worth a whole bunch. Ravens just overdid it. I agree with that too. I mean, I think they settled on $29 million. Keenan washed. He is, but at the one point, like I said, at one point, he was an absolute beast. Was he not? Oh, boy, was he a beast. Jack Metzger, how are you? What if the Raiders and Ravens were in cahoots with each other to screw Crosby because he rocked the boat too much? Oh, my God. That is conspiracy 101. But I don't know. I don't know that What did he do to the Ravens, though? I might be missing something, but what did he do to the Ravens? I'm curious to see what you think. I don't think this is a real thing, but what would be the play for something that he did to the Ravens to piss them off? I mean, I can understand the Raiders thing. He's always been talking for the last few years about getting out of there. You know what I mean? Kevin Byard, 2 years, $15 million. Okay, so that's, 7.5 a year. 2 years, I was thinking 1. Okay. It's not too expensive. I mean, these guys are flying off the shelves for $10 million apiece. Like everybody, at least. Robbie back in. It makes sense that Crosby will stay in Vegas. Now, from what I heard, Tom Brady was not happy with them letting him go to the Ravens. Well, that's possible. I mean, I don't see how anybody would be happy with Maxx Crosby no longer being on your team, unless it's a locker room thing and people are pissed off by how he's acting, maybe. Like Metzger said, oh, well, Max, we tried to give you what you wanted. We're glad to keep you here, though. I fear a little bit about that. Yeah. Not the Raiders, obviously. If what we hear is the truth, it's clearly Baltimore's issue. Could be different, but I do fear that if it was the Raiders, then how are you going to look at the rest of your team and say we traded him away knowing there was an issue and now he's back here? Like, what is he, some damaged goods? You know what I'm saying? Just the mental side of things. Maybe doesn't happen that way. I don't know. I cannot get rid of this freaking ad. I can't get it off the page, man. I don't know why. Sorry. Bills must not have been one of the teams offered 2 first-rounders. No, I heard that they were. However, our first round this year was so damn late, being at 26, that the Raiders said not good enough because we have obviously a higher first round. We don't need either of them dudes. Too much risk compared to reward. I could say too much risk for Trey. Crosby, to me, though, is just a beast. Grenard, if Vikings would take Grenard. Oh, yeah. Grenard, 27 third. I'm all for it, but I'm not doing anything else. Well, funny you should say that because weren't we just looking at, was it Jeremy Fowler? What did he say about Greenard? I forget already, boys. I think it was him. Maybe it wasn't him. Who was it? We were just talking about it. Keep in mind, the Ravens are actually paying Trey Hendrickson more money cash-wise. Obviously not the picks, but more money to Trey Hendrickson than they were Maxx Crosby. So, okay. Something to think about. It must not have been Jeremy Fowler then. We were just talking about it. It was Spot Track. We're talking about Greenard as well. I'm going to try to pull this back up, but again, God, these people. Oh, here we go. Cowboys, trade block, Osa. Oh, man, I always mess up this name. Oda Gazua. Share this instead. This might be a new. Man, this is only a few hours ago. Anthony Jennings, not really. Process salary commission conversion. The Baltimore. Wow, the Ravens open up $70 million already. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Here's Josh Allen's. Look at this is what we were talking about. There's his cap hits. This is exactly what we were talking about a little while ago. 2031, 21 million. 2030, 82.8, 29, 89 million. So there will be another restructure without question of Josh Allen. James Conner, Cardinals, okay. Malik Hooker stayed there. Maybe this was yesterday. Anyway, I don't know. They said something about Jonathan Greenard, and then they went through his. It's $18 million, right? It was $18 million a deal or a year against the cap. If you can get Crosby on the team, him and Moore will only count for like total of $17 million after restructures for this year. Just need so the restructure for Crosby would be $10 million. Is that what you're saying, Spin? Because Moore is going to be 6.8. 6.8 million. It's already reported that we were in on Crosby talk, so there must be a financial path. Yes, for sure. And that's my point. Like I said, Bean in front office knew there was a way. It's just a matter of how and what it would look like. And if it goes to 17 total between the two of them, there's your way. Because that would be 10 instead of 30 for Crosby year one this year. You know what I mean? So it still might be possible as all. Yeah, 100%, without question. I would imagine the Raiders would take our 2 first-rounders now for. Yeah, I think so. I think they would also. Because they can talk a big game and say, nah, you know what? We thought better about it. And I will say, though, that if they don't take the exact same deal that the Ravens gave them, although they have a better first round, then that might show some guilt on the Raiders, in my opinion, if they wouldn't take the same thing now. Like, oh, shit, it's going to happen again. And now we're going to be the ones that are caught. You know what I mean? Why not sign Von Miller back to a small deal? He was very good his first year with us, and when he went to the Commanders, he had more sacks than Bosa. He's, in my opinion, kind of washing. Is that real? How many sacks did Von Miller have last year? Did he really? Dang. Wow, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. Good for him. He had 9 sacks. Wow, that's insane. Would you do it? I would. No bones about it. What, for Crosby? I think I would. I really do. Polar grain, no, rather bring back. Yeah, I can see both ways. Robbie, we just need to do something quick and my heart's about to stop. No shit, man. No shit. No Vaughn. I'm agreeing. I'm taking AJ Epinesa before Vaughn. I actually like AJ Epinesa, and I think his athleticism will suit well in the 3-4. Bosa overcommitted often. I was not happy with Bosa last year either, but if it's between the two of them, I guess is the question, right? J-Ham 2020. How are you, J-Ham? Free agency been feeling like we're in 3/4 down 3 scores. Yeah. Or we're up by 4 points against the Broncos. Or 5 points was it? With 3-4 minutes left, and it's 3rd and 11, and we play the softest 2-high shell or cover 3, that might have been cover 3, I forget, that you could ever freaking play, and give up 18-yard like curl pattern to Cortland Sutton. You know, here it is. Just come get us. Come get us. We're not gonna let the ship, completely burn by one move, but we're not gonna do anything fucking else. Excuse my language. Bosa with Ed and Hoyt on the field was something else. Yeah, you know what I feel about Hoyt and Ed Oliver. Also, you guys know that. Did Bosa have sacks? No, but he was forcing fumbles. That's true. But I don't like when people don't play their role, like the amount of times that Bosa did not contain the edge. Now, who knows on these particular plays that I'm thinking about and talking about, was that not his job? I guess I don't know, but it certainly seemed that way. And he was crashing and he was getting burned around the outside. I don't like that. 5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles. If you think that wasn't good, you have your standards too high. I mean, fair. I mean, what was he, 12 million or so? I'm excited about Hoyt when he got in 100%. He was looking special before the injury. He's a beast mode. Yes, Spidey. 1,000%. Spidey says Hoyt staying healthy is the key to all this. I mean, he's such a key that he is literally a whoa, what's going on here? Sorry, boys. He's such a key that I think he's an absolute game changer. I did some film on him too, and it is nutty. Filthy dollar bills, you're right, but we're not getting Leo Chenal because he went to Washington. Unfortunately. Now, doesn't mean we still can't get Greenard, but we're kind of screwed with Leo. I thought that was a perfect fit too. God. Yes. I have some film of Mr. Hoyt as well. And I know it's not the move we're talking about, but let me try to see if I can find it. We can show you guys. Shoot, I don't know where it is. Let's go here. Oh, can I? Oh, yes. Yes, boys and girls. Yes, boys and girls. This was one of my favorite. Talking about containing the edge, okay? Which is where I felt that Bosa had slipped up from time to time. 6 rings. Wait a minute. 6 rings. Did you change your name? Is that Tom Brady? That's Tom Brady. I was just talking about you the other day. Yesterday, we were talking about Patriots fans in here, and I was talking about you. That's Tom Brady rings or Tom Brady 6 rings or something like that. You changed your name, brother. Good to see you. All right. Let's talk about Hoyt. Come on. When I used this video before, I was obviously talking over this, but there's no audio. So let's see Michael Hoyt against Carolina. One game that he came in and played. Any minute now. Any minute we're going to see this play. Oh, I dropped this one down to super slow-mo. Okay. All right. Here we are. Watch him contain here. Watch him contain. Shoves that ball carrier back inside. Holds his edge. Is that Dowdle? No, I don't think that's Dowdle. But he's holding his edge. Doing what he should. He's not flying down the line of scrimmage too aggressively, and he's certainly not being blown out to give a running lane. and then he chucks that tackle and actually gets in on the tackle itself. Okay, so this is Michael Hoyt containing his edge. Where do I find? I want to see. All right, look at this. Firm base right there. Watch left leg plants, goes nowhere. Does not get pushed further outside the hashes. It does take him a little bit of a stutter step, as you notice. But yeah, right there's that stutter. But then he gets his firm plant against a tackle who's got, what, 65 pounds on him, maybe at least. Plants hard. Forces that running back back inside without a running lane. Sheds the tackle, number 72, probably gets held there a little bit, and then helps as far as the tackle goes. He gets in on that tackle, okay? That's Michael Hoyt. I don't know if I have any more. Let me find. Actually, I know I do, but might be somewhat difficult to find it. But because we're talking about Hoyt, I mean, we gotta, right? Punt return. Let's see. What's this?
Okay, even though he's a high motor.
Where's Michael Hoyt? Okay, right-hand side here. On a 2-point. Hey, what do we like about 2 points? 3-4 defense, baby. 3-4 defense, baby. He's going to be looking a lot like this. 3 interior and then 2 standing edges instead of our 4-3 that Buffalo ran base D. Oh, whoa. Okay. There we go. Watch this. Watch this, folks. He gets untouched, and what does he not do? He does not over-pursue. He understands his 111th, so to speak. He comes down. He realizes, oh, shit. He stutters because he does not want, that might be Dowdle, to cut here and then hop around the outside. And hop around the outside for a relatively big gain, although I'm hoping Taron Johnson here would not have overcommitted either. But he stutter steps, stops. Look at this. I mean, he does not get a solo tackle here. But that is his job. Contain the fake, especially when they're out of, oh, yeah, that's 2 backs back there. Like a wildcat. Yeah, where you going? That's Michael Hoyt. Joey Bosa a couple times, more than I'd like to count. Crash down on that play action, allowing the football around the outside, and he didn't contain the edge. That's the difference. I mean, and this is why I love Michael Hoyt, because he just does his job. He just does his job, and he's a high motor guy. Anyway, sorry. I went off on a Michael Hoyt tangent. You can tell how much I enjoy Michael Hoyt to those of you that brought him up. These are videos that I've made before, and I absolutely love Michael Hoyt. If he stays healthy, I'm a happy man. Yes, you changed the name. Gotcha. Okay. Tom Brady is no longer a fan of Tom Brady. He's just a fan of having siblings for his Patriots. Okay, gotcha. Chris Henry. How are you, Chris? Hoyt plus Ed plus Bosa. We're really shredding the O-line early in the season before the injuries. Obviously, Bosa is not staying. Well, you would think, but you know what? He hasn't been signed anywhere else either. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is he really going? I don't know. Yeah, I heard that name actually coming out quite often here, and I think Bradley Chubb. But you think you were going to overpay? I don't think he's all that expensive. Everyone coming in there. I think Christian was the person that made me find your channel when he. Yeah. Maybe I remember that. I remember that a lot actually. Like it was yesterday. That was kind of cool. It was very cool. You're absolutely right though, Ethan. Chris Henry from like damn near day one. We might not need a big guy named. Wait. Sorry. Polder says we might not need a big named guy if Hoyt comes back looking how he was. Laugh out loud. Dude shoved my doubts in my face. Oh, so you had some doubts. Well, I'm happy that he did because that means he's playing out of his butt. But yeah, I hear you. I'm glad. Can they afford to still have Maxx on the Raiders? Yes. Nick, thank you for the follow. Yes, I do believe that they don't have an issue, actually. They had so much money to spend that I think they're fine, to be honest with you. What moves do you think to build today? Yeah, it's not looking good. I'm telling you, we won't do anything in typical Bean fashion. Lions need to send J-Mo and the 17th pick for Maxx Crosby. That's not going to happen. No way are they going to do that. Shannon replaced Bean and Pagula with teenagers, and I think things look better. Oh boy, shots fired. Our cap is so ass. Hate the position Bean put us in. These damn band contracts. Well, listen, what's good? Like, it's gonna happen. They're not all gonna be great contracts, but he's pretty good at maneuvering the cap. I will give him that. And if there's a way, he'll find it, I guess, is my point. You know what I mean? I think Carter's focus is more so on Vegas than Baltimore. Okay, so Sean's coming in saying that he thinks it's more on Vegas than Baltimore. They weren't truthful about his injury. Well, that means the surgeons that performed the surgery are also just as much to blame, because the Ravens had conversations with Maxx Crosby's surgeon and medical team. If that's the case, I think at that point, it might be like malpractice, like, you know, your medical license might be up for grabs. I don't know how that works, but it seems to me like it could be. I just feel like, as for Bean, I just have no faith in him. We clear all this cap, Bean's going to do zero. Yeah, well, I understand the frustration. I just don't know. Go Bills goes, no way he did. Vlad Drago? I'm not sure what you mean. What did he do? What a whiff these last 2 days. I know. Have you heard this talk? Gore Jr. to fullback? No. King Polar Bear, your new acting fullback from time to time will be Jackson Haas. I don't know why we're doing this to ourselves. We won't see anything done today. It was a perfect fit. Literally nothing wrong with it. He played Jim Leonard's scheme, T. I'm not sure who are we talking about, Darrell? Taken from a franchise rival. Shoot, I don't know who we're talking about, actually. The collection polls says I actually was the first to come up with the name Cold Front years ago. Where's my residuals? Oh, boy. I don't have any money to give you residuals, unfortunately. All right. Darrell says Leo Chenal. Oh, yeah, 100% he was perfect. Bosa, yeah. No, I don't think Bosa played in Leonard's scheme, but Leo Chenal played in, what was it, 4 years ago, I think? I've heard that too about Haas, and I'm 100%. But yeah. Haas is going to be great filling in the offensive backfield for sure, without question. Dexy says Joey is either staying in Buffalo or going to the Niners. Oh, yeah, maybe go play with his brother, I guess, right? It's a possibility. Boys and girls, I'll be right back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, since I've been gone, I know something big has happened, right? Something huge had to have happened. In those 45 seconds. Could be. I was hoping we would hear great news while you were on the air. Me too. Me too, Robbie. It's got to at some point. At some point, something's got to break. Because a couple days ago, it was a lot of fun. On day one of the tampering, we were up here. We were hanging, and, man, bing, 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 left and right. People getting signed for record deals every 20 minutes, it seemed like. I see nothing. Nope, nothing yet, I don't think. It's crazy. All right, Chris Henry. I think losing Reggie is a bigger deal than we're making. He was the lead blocker for leading rusher and the leading pusher for Josh, and he was on special teams for Ray Davis as well. Well, and that's just it. He's now getting $4 million a year, which now Ricard apparently is signing with John Harbaugh again in New York for the Giants, and word is that it'll be a record. I think it's a fullback record. Following his guy. Bean is waiting until he can restructure DJ Moore to do anything. Watch. But I would agree, but here's the issue with that. Doesn't he know what the restructure would look like now, even though it's not happening now? So why do we need to wait? He knows what it would look like or will look like. So why does he have to wait? I do agree Joey was good at pressuring the QB, but not containing the edge was actually the most annoying thing ever. I mean, it was, and it happened multiple times. Both better in a 3-4, so I think he would do better in Jim's system. Okay, fair enough, yeah. He definitely needs to restructure more in order to trade for Crosby. Oh, without question, I think they're going to restructure him anyways, but I guess what I'm saying is he knows what it will look like, so why do we need to wait for it to happen, like actually happen? You know what I'm saying? Man, the biggest news was Connor McGovern giving out pizza. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding to all the press. Insanity. Collection was just kidding. How about them Sabres? How about them Sabres, man? Can we get some movement here in Buffalo and hockey? Unreal. Yeah, they could be waiting until 4. I certainly can't wait till 4 because, like I said to you guys earlier, if you weren't on Cold Front Jr., my son turns 12 today. He's been on the channel multiple times, especially during the year when we do our live reactions of day. So when we get him from school, going out to eat, I don't know what we're doing tonight. He's got to open some gifts. He might want to come back on. At one point, he said he would like to. So this evening, maybe we come back on. I don't know. The other thing was he wanted to go take some batting practice because it's been absolutely beautiful here in upstate New York these last few days. But, of course, today it's pissing rain, so I don't think that's going to happen. The closer it gets to 4 o'clock, the more everyone will be waiting for something big to happen or anything at this point. Correct, Ethan? And we're just making it worse by telling ourselves, oh, tomorrow's the day. Oh, tomorrow's the day. Oh, 4 o'clock is now the time, the day. You know, the best for your mentals is just to say, when it happens, it happens. Although I fall victim to it as well. Like, I certainly am not good at doing that or saying that. Come on. Let's do. Yep, this is insane. I don't know. I don't know who this is. Tiffany. I'm not sure who this is, but let me show you this. I don't know what this means. Tiffany said, with these other teams being in the mix for Greenard, I don't see the Bills landing him either. The Colts, Cowboys, Eagles, and Seahawks figure to be in the mix with the price being a 2026 day 2 pick. Colts, Cowboys, Eagles, and Seahawks. This is 4 hours ago. Now that Trey Hendrickson's off the board, teams are pursuing him now to plan to pivot towards a trade for Jonathan Greenard. Like we've been saying all along. Could have just done this. Jesus. I want to say a week ago, but we've been talking about it for like, I don't know, not 3 days even. Okay, so possible. I guess it's possible. I wouldn't like Howie. I wouldn't like Howie being involved there. Howie knows how to get shit done. Howie just knows how to get shit done. Sabres, man. Freaking A, the Sabres. Robbie, happy birthday, Junior. Hey, appreciate that. Ethan, thank you very much. He's going to be thrilled. I'm going to show him all the comments when the video gets posted, just like we did earlier. He's going to be thrilled. Feels like trade deadline. We were all waiting until the last minute and like, oh, maybe it isn't gone through yet. Right. Exactly, Chris. This is exactly what happened at trade deadline. Well, yeah, all day. And then whatever the time was, I forget, that might have been 4:00 as well. And then it's just not public. You know, they just didn't put it out there. No one knows it yet. Something happened. Nobody knows it yet. Not. Hoping that Lightning lose their third game in a row Thursday. The Sabres can take a big lead. Yes. Get that nice seeding coming up. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. I mean, look what Field Yates did earlier. Completely tricking us. I mean, I really don't think that he did it on purpose. It was probably an accident, but putting out that the Bills were opening $40 million of salary cap room on Josh Allen's restructure, and then 20 minutes later saying, "Oh, my bad, it's only 12." Like it's a pretty big freaking difference. So is Greenlaw still available? Yeah, I don't think he went anywhere either. Oh man, if we can get both of them, I'd be happy as hell. Dexy says only the Eagles have been linked to Grenard. Okay, well. Yeah, you never know what you read. You gotta understand the source, right? But you try to stay on top of everything, because you just never know. And this year has been so damn crazy. Okay, Alex Brasky, read this. This is 2 hours ago, but on NFL Network, Cameron Wolf, speaking of analysts, right? NFL Network, ESPN. Some of these guys are just completely loopy, but. Cameron Wolf just said it does not seem the Bills will get back into the Maxx Crosby trade discussion. The cap situation may be too difficult to make it work. What they may have had a few weeks ago is not what they currently have. Did I just nail that? Did I just nail that today? I don't know what the hell the difference is. But did I just crush that one? With what we started this video with? So, according to Cameron Wolf, the Bills will not be involved in the Maxx Crosby trade discussion any longer. Cap situation may be too difficult to make it work. What they may have had a few weeks ago is not what they currently have. So the only thing that they didn't have a few weeks ago that they do now is $7 million for DJ Moore this year. And $4 or $5 extra $million. Wait. Yeah, $4 to $5 extra $1 million for D. Alford, as far as I know. I mean, if that's going to put them out, okay, then that puts them out. But again, I don't know what really changed all that much other than those two things. Very, very weird. I already knew the max we could get from Allen on a restructure was around 12. Knew the max. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, but when it comes from somebody like Field Yates, people go, "Whoa, really?" You know what I mean? What, that makes no sense. We have no new additions unless DJ Moore trade. That is the only thing that messed up the cap situation. Right, yeah, that's what I was just saying. Plus, you have the 9.5 dead for Taron Johnson, which, wait, did that happen after the Crosby trade? No, because it was 1.9 savings. So it was 1.9 better plus 4 to 5 for D. Alford. So how much do we have in cap right now? Well, right here. Minus 3.7 million, but that does not have Dawson Knox's restructure in it. So depending on which route they went for Dawson, I'm going the heavy route because I don't think we know yet. That hasn't come out. Could be 3 million on the positive. Room, space. It's like this every year. The Bills are always broke. We need a GM like Roseman. I know, Dwizzle. I don't know how to say that. Yes, we're always tight to it. We always seem to not be able to make the play for the big dog. I understand, and I'm with you. The mentals are going a little crazy. 100%. I'm with you. D Whistle. D Alford does not count until 4 p.m. and they can just wait until after the Crosby trade to sign him. Yes, but obviously you know that will be part of your cap. So, it's not an enormous difference, but if we're thinking about reasons why they might have been in on the Maxx Crosby thing and now they're not, obviously that is an addition, one way or not. One way or the other, you have to take that into account. You know what I'm saying? Yes, but you also have, yes. Okay, so we'll do this together. So this is what we did a little, it was earlier, so I don't know who was in, who wasn't. So right now we did the Dawson, my God, Dawson Knox. And now we'll do what's most likely going to happen, and it should happen. Again, I don't know which route. Oh, yes, we do, right here. 6.7 million is what, where'd he go? He moved down here. DJ Moore will now be, as far as the cap hit. So that's almost 21. We're going to round down and say 20. Now you can do Deion Dawkins, who has not been done. Now you're at 32. And this is why I said earlier, if we get to 32 and you figure out a way to get Maxx Crosby, he's 30 million for 2026. You'll have to restructure him as well, of course, but he's 30 million. Then you can get him restructured, and someone, I think it was you, Spin, or was it No Bones About It? Somebody said that they think that Crosby and Moore could be 17 combined. So that would mean that being that Moore is 6.8, that Crosby, between 10 and 11. So that's 20 million savings. So that means this would be 22, 23 million left. But then you got draft picks. They're going to take a cap. Look, this is 10 million. You have to have that, and you have to sign other people. We can look at this. These are the guys that we were talking about earlier. So this is void. This is void. Well, gone. Tail Rapp gone. Dane Jackson gone. That was the other guy that I forgot about earlier. These numbers, regular people like us, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100,000, a lot of money. In this scenario, though, mean just about nothing. So just keep in mind, it's not like we have a shit ton of money to spend when every guy that's been signed here lately is getting $10 or $12 million. I didn't hear your take on D. Alford. Seems like a decent signing, but a lesser known name for sure. Chris Henry, I questioned it in the beginning because the monies didn't seem to make much sense to me. You have $9.5 million dead cap on Taron Johnson. Yes, you saved 1.9. But then so that was when they released Taron Johnson. So then I find out that they traded Taron Johnson, and you got a pick swap, so you go to a 6th from a 7th. Okay, good value there. I mean, I'd much rather trade than release, especially when you have dead monies. So we move up, which is nice. But then you sign D. Alford to, I think it's 3 years, 15 million-ish. D. Alford, more twitchy, more athletic, speedier, in my understanding and estimation. Jim Leonard must have said that that's a better fit for me because I just between the dead money for Taron, which is 9.5, and the 4 to 5 million for D. Now you're talking 13 to 14 million for your slot corner, to where the Broncos ran the least amount of nickel coverage of anybody in the NFL last year. So I was kind of questioning that. But I'll say that D. Alford's quarterback rating against him last year was 77. It's pretty freaking good. Versus Taron Johnson's, which was a 95. So that's nice to see. I think D. Alford has better ball skills as well. I think Dexy might have brought that up the other day as well, and kind of went back and looked at brief tape. I didn't get much into it, and I should, but so much going on, I don't have much time. I'm not sickened by it, but I'm not thrilled, I guess, is my point. That's kind of where I stand. $3 million, they're going to sign a great player. We're in trouble, guys. Well, there's other things, Robbie, as you see here. That does not mean that they're going to be stuck at $3 million. They're gonna move some other monies for sure and be closer, but roughly 10 for those draft picks as well. So I don't know. Time will tell. I hate saying that, but it's the truth. Okay, so this is interesting. Kevin says, would you be okay with trading a first and a third for Crosby? You'd play the comp pick game and have a bunch of picks in 2027. You wouldn't have a half day this year, a 1-2 this year, excuse me. But Crosby and Moore would be going all in. Now, that third would be next year's? Is that kind of what he's saying? I don't see how you say no to that. If this is a real thing, if anybody's saying this. I don't know. I don't see why. There's got to be more to that. Got to be more to that, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can get anything else. Yeah, there's the Brandon. Jim Leonard better be a wizard. No kidding. Setting Leonard up to fail. Here's our updated depth chart from the boys at Cover One right now. Can you see that? Greg Russo, Landon Jackson on one side. Oh, boy. Landon Jackson does not do much for me at the moment. Michael Hoyt and Javon Solomon on the other side. Oh, my God. Defensive end, Eddie Oliver, TJ Sanders, Dwayne Carter. Nose tackle, Deion Walker, Fedarian Mathis. The other end, TJ Sanders, Deion Walker, Fedarian Mathis. Okay, just a combination of those. Middle linebacker, Terrell Bernard, Joe Andreessen, Will, Dorian Williams, nothing. Nickel, D. Alford, Jordan Hancock. I do like Jordan Hancock. I think he shows a lot of promise, but we'll see what's going on here. Cornerback, Christian, D. Alford, Dorian Strong. We don't know about Dorian Strong, of course. Then Max Hairston. MJ Devonshire, T. Couch. Yep. Cole Bishop, Wande Owens, Jordan Hancock, DeMar Hamlin for safeties. Guys, that defense. I don't know. I don't think so. I said I would trade 2027 first, 2028 second, TJ Sanders and Landon Jackson. Gives Raiders 2 rookie contracts plus first and second. Yeah, I don't care about Landon Jackson. TJ Sanders shows a little bit of promise, but I think they were putting him in positions like the end, where I don't think he should be. He should be more in the tackle area. I mean, the end as far as this 3-4 is concerned, but not as far as a 4-3 is concerned. Give me Crosby. Yeah, sure. If we can get it, yeah, I'm with that as well. Oh, you said 27 first and 28 second. I don't know if they would do that, but I mean, I would. Absolutely. Dave from X. How you doing, Dave? Have we signed Bradley Chubb yet? Not to my knowledge, but we were all just talking a few minutes ago. That's probably at some point going to happen. It does seem like it will happen. Chris Henry says Dan Mitchell thinks something big is coming because of Josh restructure. Yes, I think I saw that he posted, but I do believe that is because of the misrepresentation that Field Yates gave that $40 million was going to be freed up this year. I don't think that he means that big a thing could happen with $12 million. $40 million, yes. I think he did that right away in as far as the reaction goes to seeing Yates post, which I think we all did. I did it when we were live earlier. Dan always thinks something's big is coming. Jordan was getting picked on, but he was also flying down the field. You can teach how to cover, but you can't teach that. Yeah, he not there yet, but he was getting there. Just not buying it. Feels like trade deadline again. Yeah, I'm with you. And I think that was a reaction to the $40 million. Bills haven't done anything today. I know. Rise up, Falcons. Polar Bear, Jack Sanborn, Jerome Baker still available. Yeah, I believe they are. I don't think that I've heard anything from them. I don't see Sam Franklin. Didn't we just re-sign him? Yes, actually. Yes, we did. Special teams. But that's a great point. Yeah, he's not really. That's why he was signed, at least, but he's not going to be on the depth, I don't think, until you get into a special teams category. Free agency doesn't end, so there's no real push to get players this exact second. Not like players are off the table because 4 p.m. strikes the players will still be available. Yeah, it's true, Spin, but and the big names are obviously the ones that happen first, right? Because it's bidding frenzies and everybody wants them. Franklin's just a special teams player. Exactly. Right. Just like we were talking about. Brandon, the asking price was too high, Bean. I get you. I don't get why they don't add a special teams slot for depth charts. Fair. I'm with you because there's obviously special teams specialists who make a living. I mean, look at Ray Davis, all-pro return man. That's what he does. The Mad Chatter. Do we want Maxx? Is he injury prone? I think we all would like Maxx, but it's just a matter of if it can work or not. What will they want? Do we have that to give away? Do we want to give that away? And even if we do want to give away what they want, the monies need to work out. And the last thing that we just looked at, other than this depth chart, told us that the Bills might be actually out on Crosby because of the fact that salary cap issues are more than what they were prior to the Maxx Crosby trade when the Bills were intrigued. Eagles are not shopping Jalen Carter. They're actually trying to get an extension done, is what I just read. That's unfortunately, people, I think this is going to have to do it for now. Again, we might hop on later. If my son wants to hop on, we'll do that. Got to pick him up from school in about 20 minutes. My wife's still busy. Nothing's going on. I'm sorry. I wish we hit some more, but I appreciate everybody like always. If you have not yet, please follow, subscribe immediately. Turn on notifications. Tell all your friends. We're growing. We're growing relatively quickly, I guess. Seems like we're doing a good job. I don't know. But I appreciate all of you hanging with me. I wish we had more excitement this afternoon. This morning was pretty crazy because of the Crosby deal. But soon enough, man. Soon enough, we will hear something. Something will have to be done. The restructures, I'm sure, just happen to fit the salary cap. I hope at least they happen so you can actually make moves and stay under the salary cap with extra talent. But until then, we don't know, right? So we'll stay tuned. We'll stay glued. We'll stay tight. And when we know something, as always, I'll do my best to update you whenever I know anything. So I love y'all. Appreciate you. And we will talk to you later. Again, we might be on later with my son. It's his birthday, Cold Front Jr. He's 12. If so, we'll see you then. If not, I'm sure we'll see you tomorrow at least. We'll do our shorts and our updates and our posts and all that other stuff as well, as always. On X also. X Cold Front Reel. Hit me there also. Love everybody. Talk to you soon. Cold Front. Go Bills.